I saw this coming from a million miles away. Now, guys, a lot of people, for whatever reason, I'm a little confused actually, why people are bent out of shape or surprised that Biden, Joe Biden, the President of the United States, pardoned his son, Hunter Biden. People are actually mad and flipping out. I'm like, but why? I understand that the Biden administration stated that they weren't going to pardon his son. Matter of fact, Joe Biden even stated that he said, I was comfortable or okay with the decision of the grand jury, and I'm not going to pardon. Came out of Joe Biden's mouth. Fine. So, of course, when he said that, I didn't believe him. I don't know why the hell anybody else did, but nonetheless, people did. And the Republicans and some Democrats are pissed that he went ahead and pardoned his son. Now, it was a blanket pardon, come to find out, for the last 11 years. What I find interesting, guys, is that a blanket pardon means no matter what they pull up or what they discover, he can get away with it. Or rather, he can't be charged on it, or arrested or whatever it is. Now, there's always loopholes. They look hard enough, they can find a loophole and get him with it. But nonetheless, a blanket pardon is pretty bad. But people being upset about it, again, it's beyond me. People don't understand that this is the Democratic Party. First of all, forget about Democrats and Republicans. These are politicians. They're scumbags. They will continue to lie to you, to your face, to the American people's face, to the American people's ears and eyes, if you're reading it. To sit there and be upset with him about pardoning his son is like beating a dog that ate a steak that was laying on the table unattended. That dog's going to do what that dog's going to do. Get that steak. Politicians are going to do what politicians are going to do. Screw the system and free their criminal friends. Or in this case, family members. So, of course, there are a couple theories out there as to why he pardoned him now. Now, I knew he was going to pardon him. I just thought he was going to wait closer to leaving the office, like a week before Trump's inauguration, and he was going to do this. That's what I saw coming. I was a little surprised when I saw he did it this early. I was like, wow, he did it pretty early. In my book, he did it pretty early. So, of course, when it happened, I was like, all right, no big deal. That's his son. I mean, you're going to pardon your son regardless. I don't care who you are. I don't care how many fathers that sit up there. I wouldn't have done that. You're pardoning your son. Now, if it was some minuscule bullshit, maybe you let your son write it out and teach him a lesson. But there was something else that I saw on Twitter that I can't put on here for obvious reasons that it would absolutely get the channel and myself deleted. But there was a picture of Hunter Biden with a child in what looked like lingerie. And then there was another picture with him holding the kid close. I don't know if it was the same kid, but it was in some Southeast Asian country. So that picture shows up a day after, or 2 days after, Joe Biden pardoned his son, Hunter. So now I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, that's why he pardoned him. Not because of that bullshit gun charge, not because of all the other shit he's done in the past, because of that. And that right there will send him to jail for a very, very long time. In fact, with this pardon, I'm not even sure if they can come out to light. I'm not sure if it can. I mean, I don't know if the media can report it or not because he's pardoned, or maybe it won't make a difference. Nonetheless, this is where we are. And I think that's why he pardoned him. And then it wasn't Joe Biden that pardoned him, to be honest. It was Joe Biden. It was Joe Biden's idea. Joe Biden probably sat by him like, fuck it, let him take this one on the chin. But if they found out about the child stuff, Joe Biden absolutely was like, let's pardon him. So, of course, guys, I think that's why the pardoning went through, if that's even a word. That's why it went through. That's why he was pardoned, because there was something more egregious coming up. And so that it blankets him. And actually, from what I understand, he's covered between anything he did in the past and in the future, or could come up. Sorry, anything that could come up. And I think this is one of the things that were coming up, and it was the whole child diddling thing. So with that being said, that's why I think he was pardoned. Now, the arguing that's going on online, again, I don't get it. I watched part of The View through Officer Tatum's video, and Whoopi Goldberg was like, "Well, sometimes you gotta, what did she say? Sink low like the other side and get done what you need done." And I'm like, that had nothing to do with politics. That was about saving his son. And Whoopi Goldberg's an asshole. I mean, like, she used to be such like a decent person, and she became a raging asshole. They all did. Joy Behar wasn't as bad as she is now. Sunny Holston's just a fucking idiot. I don't know why she's allowed to breathe there. She's a waste of space. And the rest of the panel, they're morons too. Nonetheless, these people they are, if Trump would have did the same shit with his youngest son, let's say his youngest son bullied a kid, and Trump's son gets arrested for bullying a kid, and then Trump pardons his son, right? What's his name? Barron? And he pardons Barron. The left would have lost their shit if Trump would have did, especially if Trump would have said, "Nah, I'm not going to do it because he's got to learn on his own. This is what it is. Let him learn the hard way," and then turns around a few months later and pardons him. The left would have fucking flipped out over this. But we're not the left. We're not supposed to flip out. We're not supposed to be even surprised by this. We're supposed to look at this and go, yeah, it figures, the Democratic Party. Now, there were a couple of reporters that Karen Jean-Pierre, whatever the hell her name is, they were asking her for the last 6-7 months whether or not Biden was going to pardon his son. And they kept repeating the question because they knew something was coming. They knew something was coming. That's why they kept repeating the question. And she kept saying, no. What did I say last time? I said no the first time. I'm saying no the second time. I'm saying no for a third time. He's not going to do it. I don't know what she said in response to this now. I can only imagine the stupidity that was going to come out of her mouth. I know she said it a couple of days ago, and people were breaking her balls about it, but I haven't seen anything on it. Nonetheless, guys, that's Joe Biden's son. He's going to pardon him. People have to put that front and first and foremost. That is what a father's going to do. Listen, I mean, don't get me wrong. If my sons, one of them diddled a kid, I would take him to the police station myself, and in the process of getting him to the police station, beat the balls off him. But that's me. Joe Biden's not the same animal, and his mother, Jill Biden, she's a son of a bitch, right? So she's protecting her son at all costs. And this is where it came from her. It didn't come from Joe Biden. It came from Jill Biden. She was the one that set that in motion. And still, not surprised. This is the Democratic Party, guys. The Joe Biden administration has fucked this country in the ass 8 ways to Sunday. I'm not surprised at all. I don't know why you guys are. I don't know why Democrats are. This is what it is. This is the game politicians play. They play the fuck you game right to our face because they know we can't do anything about it and we're not going to do anything about it. That's why they do what they do. Because we don't have the balls to change that fact. And we can change that fact. We can become very, very changing in that fact. But we don't do it because we are comfortable in the lives we lead. Anyway, guys, this is The Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching the Angry Truth channel.